We are back with Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, or Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright, or whatever it is, it's fine. We're about to get into the courtroom. Let's see what happens. The law offices? That was a close one, huh, Mia? I guess we're not in the courtroom yet. Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. Ah, she's back. Maya. So, what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive. And proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you have one more chance to clear this up. Hello there, Emerald. What's up? Initial trial? What's that? Well, that's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. Yeah, I guess. Steel Samurai. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it? Well, that's what we have to find out. Alibi? What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is. What? Huh, was mine always as excitable? Yes. Any ideas? Well, have you noticed anything that might help us? I can't see what's going on when Mia is here. So, no, I haven't noticed anything. Okay, so she was aware that she's being possessed. Interesting. Hello there, Nick, Fool Arcana, Insane Buffoon, what's up? Right. Maybe we should go talk to WP? WP. Powers, right. Yeah, willpower. Ha 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 ha. Alright, let's move. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? That's his look, though. Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes. Though there's not really anything I can do to help. Ha ha ha, I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Alright. Producer Vasquez. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer. She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why's that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. It might not matter to this incredibly critical court case. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Hello there, Nido King. Welcome. I've only heard rumors, anyhow. Director Manella. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Salmonella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. Ouch. Mr. Hammer. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. So you could say that was a Samurai Fall. There's your sequel. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago? Oh well, bye. Hello there, Azers guys. Welcome back. I don't know if there'd be anything... Oh, not examine. Anything to show them? I don't think. Scrapbook, whatever. Have you seen this, Mr. Powers? What's that? I've never seen these Steel Samurais in my life. These are the Steel Samurais that appear at live shows. I didn't think that I'd actually get a direct reaction to it. A fanboy collected all these pictures himself. Seeing things like this really makes me think. It's what makes the job worthwhile. I mean so much to these kids, you know. Okay, I don't think that helped, but it was cool flavor text. Excuse me. Thank you for showing me that, whatever it is. I have my eyes closed, so I can't identify a camera. Oh, is it? I guess we're done here? Studio? The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. Oh, she's gonna flip. What? You eat, you die. There it is. Whew, she's alive. Jeez. All three of the same people to ask about. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her, so she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Probably because she killed off Hammer, right? Like, and I don't mean literally, I mean like his role. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Manila, can I ask you about Sal Manella, the director? Sal, he's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? You'll find out when you're older, Maya? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No. No, it doesn't. Of course not. About Mr. Hammer? I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh. She's really pissed this time. Hello there, Falcafon. Welcome to the stream. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costumes so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. I'm waiting for the long tirade, and it's not coming. So, alright. So what do I do from here? Just check everywhere else out? I guess I'll go to employee area because it's a quick dead end. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one more time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. Yeah, that's right. I really should be scanning everything for evidence at this point. I wonder if there are any other clues lying around. Oh, there's your hint. Yeah! Yes, my man. No, no, no! Don't touch it! There's always money in the banana stand. Eee! Did he just boot us out? Okay. Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean? I almost had a heart attack. I guess I can be a little dramatique at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatique indeed. Ahem. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. This guy's great. The plate. So, you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. Mr. Nye, I think he was called. Yeah, Nye. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there are traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Oh, he's actually going ahead and doing it. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So, the food in this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Well, steak plate. There we go. The investigation. That option's just gone. I can't even recheck it. I guess because he did an action. Fair enough. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers, and some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. I don't know, he kind of just stomped on you the last couple cases. How is Edgeworth doing anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed this paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Okay. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups, bottles. Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills. Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, it sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Hearsay... I don't have evidence to show, but whatever, it's fine. Hooray! I don't think presenting is going to help anything, but I'll do it anyway. Here, look at this cute scrapbook. Yeah, I'm guessing I know as much about you that you do, i.e. nothing. Let's just run through everything real quick. I've seen this stuff before. I've seen wisdom at last. They know if they fixed it, I'd just take it off again. That poor assistant. That's great. And then the plates, I can do my own investigation. Remains at lunch. People were too shocked to clean up. T-bone one of the plates minus the steak. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna get anything new here. Oh, it's so normal. Not even an extra stomach for sweets this time. Alright, let's go in. This is my quick dead end, so let's knock this out, and then I'll go back out to Studio 1. Oh! Oh, hello. There we go. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room? I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But this week is the last episode of the Steel Samurai. Oh, no! What? No! Oh my god, it's a travesty. I'll do a quick examination first, just so I can remember that I did it. Oh, sorry, I haven't cleaned up there yet. Okay, yes, looks like someone was sleeping here. It's locked. Dusty outside. Snacks. Completely empty. I can feel my eyes burn to the back of my neck. Yeah, because Manila ate it. Powerless bag. I put all WP's personal belongings in there. He'll be able to come pick them up, right? I'm sure he'll come, yes. Okay. Anything else? Cosmetics. Samurai Boogie Woogie. Wow, you remember, Nick? Thanks to you. That's great. I love little callbacks like that. Mirrors. I check my hairdo in a mirror. Not as spiky as usual, I see. Alright. I think we're done here, so let's talk to Penny. Just for the hell of it, I'll present that scrapbook, because just can't get enough of it. Wow! It must have taken him forever to collect all these. Kids love the Steel Samurai. They do, don't they? Huh. The steak? Sleeping pill? What's that? Empty bottle of sleeping pills? With Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it? Now I'm really confused. Well, anyway, let's just regular talk. Mr. Hammer. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer? Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too! What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh, I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, the producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt. You know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set, then? Huh. Last episode. Let's go. What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No! No! Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kid shows anymore. What? What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Oh my god. Studio policy. Why aren't they going to make kid shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How could they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay, I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find the new hero to follow. No, that can't be true! If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something! Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this! Now do I do the scrapbook? Wow. And this is? A fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone, Miss Card Collector. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Yeah, I was gonna say, the show's uncancelled. Well, for starters, you can tell me something? Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Oh, hello there, Galleon. Welcome to the stream. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Oh, well, okay, now I have permission to go into it. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer? And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag? She was here at the studios back then, you know. She was Miss Middle-Aged Bag. Thanks, we'll try asking her. And she'll talk. Bye! So before I tackle the studios, let's go right back to the main gate. What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to froth the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance. 5 years ago. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who'd you hear that from? Huh? Nichols. No, her name was Penny Nichols. Get the hell out of here. Nichols, Nick, Penny Nichols, that assistant we talked to. I'm trying to find, like, working a pun, like she works on her own dime, or the buck stops with her, or whatever. Oh my god. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? Huh. Yes? I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Wasn't it one of the photos?
Take that!
What's that supposed to prove? That means nothing to me. Nick, I'm kind of having trouble figuring that one out, too. Huh, wrong evidence. But I know Oldbag knows something. I have to get her to talk. Alright, I'm gonna have to come back and I think search for other evidence, I guess. Let's move. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2. Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him? Like the director or the producer? Okay, so now we could examine stuff. Oh, whoops. There we go. Oh, bush. Maybe I'll sit down for a bit. This is exactly why I don't want to get old, ever. Hey, I'm still young, I'm just tired. Nick, when you start saying, I'm still young, you know it's all over. I think we read that before, but that's great. Studio 2. The real scene of the crime. Say, Nick, how'd you figure that out again? Well, actually, it's a long story. I'll tell you another time. Aww. Not switched on today. I don't have the card key anymore. Yeah, this will save me a little bit of trouble, I guess. Alright. Studio 2. So she's just out here. Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Hello! H-E-L-L-O! Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Pain in the ass. Now let's go for a drive. I don't have a license. But look, I have this. Incinerator, they just put it in. That'll be evidence later, I'm sure. This is where they ate nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. Something wrong? I don't know, I'm getting this funny feeling. Something about this just feels odd, you know? Can't say that I do. Flowers. Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. Which I can't examine, but alright. We'll get to that later, I'm sure. Materials making a movie set. They've been sitting here for some time. Might as well be a junkyard. Chair looks like it's been here for a while. I don't think it's part of a temporary film set. Door's unlocked. Before I even talk to Vasquez, I'll just go in the trailer for the dead end. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. That's great. Where they had the meetings, documents and cups around. Nothing in the trash. Movie poster. Yeah, we've seen this. That movie's the best. Can't believe how much money they spent on these sets. I think this is as good as we're gonna get. I'm gonna need to talk to Vasquez. Okay, bye. Oh well. Mr. Hammer. Excuse me? Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Hmm? Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh, dear. I'll see about presenting something later, but first... Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. That's the priority. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it! Nick, she did it! She's the killer! My Fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it. Oh, dear. Manila. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila? if you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh dear. Oh no, nothing's gonna work. I might need to go back to the guard then and provide better evidence, but I'll do Pat the Glory. Not even looking. Okay, hey, you look. Why are you showing that to me, Nick? The camera. That is very funny, though. Damn, I don't think this is gonna help. I'll have to come back to Old Bag, I guess. If I can't think of something very soon, then I'm just gonna cheat for this one. But back to the main gate. Oh wait, evidence. Examine stuff. That's the map. That's the main entrance. Studio van. Oops. Computer. Huh? It's been turned off for the day. Keys. Alright, maybe I have better evidence to present her with. I don't know. Yeah, I have proof that Hammer stole the costume, of course. I guess it's the sleeping pills? Yeah, Jack Hammer's fingerprints. I guess that's what I need to do. Here's my proof. What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills, with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used those pills on Powers? Well, now it's the meal. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so? This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. Grr. I see. Poor, poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Old Bag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Old Bag. You're right. 5 years ago there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. Wouldn't it be a paparazzo? Not that anybody really cares. Hello there, Philip. Hello there, Quincy Quinn. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the Mafia. Oh, she silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Old Bag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Old Bag. Here, take this. A photograph? Oh yeah, there's that fence. Wait a second. Yeah, and even, I guess that's Vasquez. It's like, oh my god. This is the picture. Oh, this is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with the bad guy on the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the flower box fence. Yuck. Just straight up impaled. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. 5-year-old photo. Alright. Okay. Guess I'll show her the picture. Not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Old Bag. Old? She means security lady, Miss Old Bag, Nick. Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Where I can kill you. Nick, she went inside the trailer. Alright, guess I'm going in. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? But why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez? You were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kid shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now? Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? Oh, no. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Yeah, but she's obviously a hardcore fan of Hammer. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me, now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys! Oh, here we go. Whoa! Immediately! And one guy's reaching for a gun. God damn. And they're all huge. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Game over. We're just dead. Oh my god! Hold it right there. I'm built like a brick and I could take all 4 of yous. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me, now. I mean, you want to take on these goons? Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Snaps her fingers, the 4 guys just vanish. Whew! Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry, I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe! Thank you, thank you, thank you! I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. As... what was his name? Detective Dick Gumshoe. Detective. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Yeah, just part of the job. It's freaking great. That must be really liberating. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. I don't know, you want to like stick with me for the entire rest of the day, please? Well, Nick, looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. Who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Yes, somehow I think she would have done it. Even if she's not the murderer, she's guilty of something. Galleon, those 4 guys were just her stand. They were, bad company. Alright, let's go. Alright, this ought to be, the final court case, right? Or not court case, but like the final trial for this case. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Still has that long cigarette, or pipe. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Here we go. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp and ended at 4 o'clock. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Wouldn't it be a break from the meeting? Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, when we all went to Studio 1. Which you couldn't do because the statue was down. That's my evidence just immediately. That's all. I'll press everything, but like, come on. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. Oh, yeah? I see. But there's no tracks. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. Oh, so once again, I'll press everything just by mindless mechanical actions here. A little before noon, huh? By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in at the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. I have a bet that I can make you say more than 2 words. You lose. Alright, so 12 sharp ended at 4 o'clock. By the way, if anybody can catch the reference I just made, then let me know, and congratulations. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ah, General Ledger. Well done. Yes, I was referencing Calvin Coolidge, former president, Silent Cal. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Rehearsal went to Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. Fatigued. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? it means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, right. 2:30, 15-minute break. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. That's freaking great. It was a 15-minute break. T-bone steaks. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak... Well, Nick, find anything? I kinda wish you'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere. Yeah, so... What's my, evidence here? That's the employee area steak, though. Oh, but wait a minute. Did she say she went to the break? We went to Studio 1. That's what it was. So that would have been the employee area. But no, but she said on the table in front of the trailer, though. So... Rehearsal afterwards, we went to Studio 1. I'll be lame and cheat. No, it is in fact the steak, so I was right the first time. Okay. Trailer, dun, 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 dun. But it's just the table in front of the trailer, but the steaks that I had were from the employee area. Like, it's not the same steaks, but whatever, I guess I'll do it. Ha! As I thought. You claim you had a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate? This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Oh, yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? You don't know her teeth, man. She's a freaking shark. I think I know how. You ate the bone too? Yes! This is freaking gold. I love this stuff. It's so stupid. But yeah, she didn't eat the steak at all, because they only served T-bone steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. Looks like your mistake was a mistake. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Meeting the Steel Samurai. Picking on Salmonella. It's freaking great. I love this stuff. I'm thinking it's meeting, right? Because, like, she could pick on Salmonella at any time, and she had to meet Jack Hammer, right? He was coming in the costume. So, meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? Yes. Is he objecting to the judge? Okay. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Well, or you had it done, right? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. To the death? Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Whoa. It's like a more intense witness testimony music. Like organ style. This is freaking great. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh, yes. The samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? Well, I mean, like, she has hired goons, though. Like, you couldn't. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ha! You see. Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. Oh? Did they do the flower fence thing again and then stick a spear in the hole or something like that? What? Oh, wait a minute. The spear was, like, broken? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Yeah, it's gonna be the spear itself. Because it's been mended with duct tape, right? I was about to press R1, but I need to press triangle. I present my proof. The so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. Oh my now. She fixed it with duct tape. Also, she's got a wedding ring, so is she married to Mr. Oldbag? Is his name like Winnie or something? Like something else with Windbag? William? It's not quite there. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this? Through the chest! Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Edgeworth gets shot down a lot. Damn. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're... Oh, it's still her. Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell, what was? How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I'm assuming we have to. Oh, wait a minute. No, we do. We just got new evidence. I keep forgetting. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Yeah, we've already... It's that photo. The one we just got. The one that we were almost murdered about. Or over. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is all... I always keep saying it that way, as like an accusation. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. What a bizarre MO. Like, your murder weapon is a tiny fence that you have to lure people towards. It's very difficult to pull off. Ugh. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then, she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer himself had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Ho ho! Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio One, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio One and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio One and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She couldn't. I'm thinking she had another way. Yeah. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Yeah, the brand new evidence that she herself provided. The van. She didn't even have to drive the damn thing. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio One, and you used the studio van to do it. Oh! Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio One. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio One. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Oh! Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. Because he was covering for her anyway. Of course, Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? Alright. So, what happens next? Don't, me? Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost, something like that? Foam at the mouth and pass out like, what's his name? The witness from the very first case saw it. Hello there, Yami. Welcome to the stream. I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez? So it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Please, one more. Yes. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right? But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? What? That's great. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before, the truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn! Damn! To come so far, only to fail, and in the end it didn't even matter. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Ms. Vasquez.
Objection!
What? Is he having a change of heart? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. This game's just wasting my time. It's amazing. I see. Very well.
Objection!
No, wait, seriously this time. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. Oh my god, that was freaking great. That was so stupid. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I object to the badgering of me. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Verily, I say, ergo. What? Concordantly. Vis-a-vis. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Humph. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But... Wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Edgeworth. Yeah, this is bizarre. But, like, okay, I guess. I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. Okay, I'm gonna really have to go over this one here. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Okay, pressing everything again, of course. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Press... Oh, this is my chance to do this. I'm gonna hold off. Better leave this one be. I'm sure she'd see through anything I had to throw at her anyway. I'm gonna back off on all of these unless I see something painfully obvious. Only Powers was absent, that's clearly true. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? A power nap? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember. Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. I immediately called the police. Power showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Yes, they keep doing this. This is great. Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. They didn't even let me press harder for that one. So Old Bag accused Powers. Old Bag the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going toward the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Whom? Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that, since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot of riding on it with all these bigwigs of the meeting. I'm sure professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. Went back to the trailer to get her stuff. The script and your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Then I went home. So you weren't questioned? That's correct. I find these things distasteful. But this is when I am going to press harder. Thinking back to when we first began this trial, we were under the impression that there was no one in the trailer at all. I suppose. Why is that? Well, we were in a meeting the whole afternoon. What's the point of talking about that to the police? She has got to be the least guilt-ridden, guilty person I've ever met. You have to find something to peg this on her here, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him! Oh, well... Press this one, perhaps? Yeah, this might do it. Back to the trailer to get her stuff. So yeah, it wouldn't do to have them stolen. Although, come to think of it, when we first met her, she was pressing us to go get a page of something. They're just lying around in the director's chair. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue. Oh? Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. We're both grilling the witness? Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Oh my god! Edgeworth, what a bro. Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Well, this was the thing for... Oops, I went too far. Yeah, Powers' photo.
Objection!
You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? Ugh! I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. You heard him wrong. That's like the weakest thing. You saw him limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes! Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Oh! And when was he doing this? Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Oh! Order. Order! I will have order. I'm saying this a lot as this judge. Witness. Witness me. Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see a sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing! Well, she wanted Powers dead, right? And whoops, she killed Mr. Hammer? Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Of course I can. Okay, I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. The old photo, right? This is my proof. This is the photo from before? This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial, it began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. Well, well, well. She had no motive. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs. In self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Oh man, old bag's not gonna like this. Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Wow, go figure. So the mafioso is not the murderer, she's just an asshole. That's incredible. Oh no! So you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. It was I. But she's not guilty of murder then, she's guilty of manslaughter. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late! Ah, Miss Vasquez! What happened here? Oh, is that Sal? I'm not doing the voice. Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Oh, this is the old case. Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No, how could this... It was an accident! Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel! Don't touch him! Miss Vasquez! No! Oh, that's rough. Please don't die. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's Dee Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. Yay! They put him back up on the stand for this. Hooray! I guess they would have had to. That is all. This court is adjourned. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder. It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Is there a happy ending I could do for this? Yeah. I mean, I don't think I get anything from this, but I'll look this one up. Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kid's show, and as the villain to boot. The kids love the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him anytime. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP! Oh! Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the steel samurai outfit once more. Yeah, about that. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick, Edgeworth. Jeez. What a stare at death, god damn. Say something, Wright. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth? You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Oh my god! Liar. Oh, I was really hoping that was true. Right. I must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. What? Were we like schoolmates or something? Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. There's like 7 games in this series? Actually, there's like what? There's 3 Phoenix Wright games specifically. There's 2 Edgeworth games. I don't know if he's with Phoenix Wright in those. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. Oof. When was this game made where as if was a thing people say? They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now, we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? ... And that's what happened. And so the curtain closed on another trial. Phoenix himself is saying this? I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. Yay! They went back to making kid shows again. Oh, no way. They went through with it? Nick! This is it. The new show starts today. You're gonna watch it with me, right? I'll admit I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. Damn, so Sal really was taken up with inspiration. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? What? What? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Will gets to play the lead in... Is it back to Steel Samurai, or is he the lead in freaking Pink Princess? Who is loosely based on Maya. What a twist! A brand new episode! Oh wait, did I actually select it? Or was that press... Okay, save your progress. Let's do it. Yeah, we're over here. Okay. Hooray! Turnabout goodbyes. So we're going into the final chapter. I believe it's the final chapter, episode 4? I forgot if this had 4 or 5 episodes, but we're going into a new chapter. But this is a really good stopping point. So for now, this is where I'm going to stop. Thank you very much for joining the stream, and have a wonderful night.